Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about New York and the 3rd District, the results of that special election, how everything played out, and we are going to talk about some takeaways that go a little bit beyond just providing the results. If you don't know what's going on, this is a special election for the seat vacated by Santos. The Democratic Party picked up the seat. Swazi won. Okay, and that's as good a place to start as any. Right now, I guess I should say, technically, he is projected to win. With 90-something% reporting, the results are 53.9% in favor of the Democrat, 46.1% in favor of the Republican. Please remember, this was a red seat. That's a pretty big margin of victory right there. Now, this race was kind of seen as a bellwether for 2024. This is going to be taken as good news for the Democratic Party, and they can take it that way. The Republican Party, and Trump in particular, was very unhappy because this was seen as kind of a forecast on how his leadership of the Republican Party is going. Not well. He had some things to say about that. He called the Republican candidate a very foolish woman. Very foolish woman, quote. And went on to say, she didn't endorse me, and I tried to straddle the fence. She didn't endorse me and tried to straddle the fence when she would have easily won if she understood anything about modern-day politics in America. Apparently, Trump believes that if she had just tied herself to him, that it would have swung this election by like 7 points. 7 points. His endorsement doesn't swing a primary 7 points. 7 points is huge. But he cannot admit that his stunt, when it comes to how everything is going in the House, is costing Republicans their seats. His leadership is not good. He doesn't want to admit that, so he's going to blame the very foolish woman. I would like to point out that even Trump has come to terms with something, because when he was talking about endorsements, he said, I have an almost 99% endorsement success rate in primaries. Even Trump is starting to realize can't win a primary without him, can't win a general with him. He's even starting to qualify his own statements with that. He says, I have an almost 99% endorsement success rate in primaries and a very good number in the general elections. Yeah, a very good number of losses. 7 points. Believes he could swing an election 7 points. If an endorsement from him was worth that, he should have endorsed himself, and the last time he might have won. Another thing to note from this is the polling. Something we have been talking about on this channel is that once again, the way the polling is being done, it's not going to produce accurate results, and it's going to skew in favor of Republicans. Go back and look at the polling for this. Sure, it showed the Democratic candidate in the lead by a few points, but it was within the margin of error. And then go look at the coverage, because they played it up. Coming down to the wire, within the margin of error, everything, it's super tense. 7 points. Have to be a really bad poll for that to be within the margin of error. The polling is being conducted the same way that has created the illusion of a red wave coming. This is the result. This is really good news for the Democratic Party. There's no way to take it in any other fashion, not honestly. Now, there are still issues because this candidate very much ran as, well, Biden ran as super centrist. Normal, boring. It's what won. The idea of getting progressive candidates in 2024 is shrinking in large part because of progressives right now. So you're going to see a lot of candidates, even candidates that you know are progressive, use a lot of centrist rhetoric. So just be ready for it. Those are the key takeaways. It's good news for the Democratic Party. It is going to drive them to be more centrist because they have to pick up those votes that the progressives are saying they're not going to give to them. And you're going to see progressives that are in office, people that you know are progressive. You're going to see them adopt more centrist rhetoric. Probably won't affect their votes, but they're going to campaign that way. So you should be aware of that. The Republican Party might learn a lesson here because all of the stuff going on in the House, all of the dysfunction, the disarray, it definitely played into this. So they might get the message. But given the fact that they're still taking their marching orders from dear leader, and he's not going to accept any responsibility for it, it was that very foolish woman. They may not change, but the teachable moment is there. It depends on whether or not they want to learn. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.